Hi there. Just gonna show you the little journal that's coming together. So I attached, of course, my Coca-Cola. Scored it a little bit and bent it after I put my pieces together. Figured out the width of them. I actually just figured out the width of them here, and that's how I made the sides. Just random, all the different papers that I have. Now that I did that shop, I had to trim a little bit off of these ones that I bought, remember? But I pulled out the other papers too, because I just wanted to have different papers in there. So I just wanted to give you a little quick demonstration on how to put these in the tie journal. I don't think I've done that yet. So what I've done is I've punctured 3 holes. I made 4 lines in here for these 4 pockets, 3 holes as well. You know, I'm willing to trim to make it work, but if you watch Sea Lemon and Clough, they'll show you how all the cool tricks they have for making these super easy. This is the easiest pattern of stitching of the binding that I found, and I think it works because I'm keeping on seemingly to make small journals. So the other thing is, what was tricky, and I didn't get it when I first watched it, was having the 2 needles to begin with, okay? And I'm just using my little yarns that I got. Remember, I got those big packages of yarns. Just because I like the thickness of it, I don't feel like I'm gonna break it. One thing to keep in mind when you're putting your packages together is to make sure everything is up before you stitch them in. It's very annoying when you have one that's upside down after you've stitched it in. So just make sure that happens. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in the center. This time I'm going to stitch from the inside. I'm going to put the knots on the inside, because the last time I remember I had the knots on the outside, but because I like the paper so much, I just want to have it on the inside. So what we're going to do is do 2 needles into the center. Fiddling with this, I probably lost my hole a little bit. So let's get 2 needles into the center. You need a little bit of length there. You're going to leave some yarn or thread, whatever you're using, because you're going to tie it there, okay? So you're going to get the other needle into the same hole. And you see in my other one where I was trying to get the threads in with, yeah, anyways, embarrassing. Anyways, I'm glad I picked up these El Cheapo needles. So remember, I'm going to try to make sure they're upright, okay? So important, because I've done it wrong a number of times. So now we're going to put both these needles through the pre-poked hole. I'm poking these holes just with the tack. That's all I use. It's just a tack. Just wiggle it around a little bit. So let's get that one through, and then get your other needle and get that one through too in that center hole. Try not to do what I did, which is go through the yarn with the needle. Makes it act up. Okay, so you're going to get the other needle through. You're going to make sure you have some leftover yarn. Try not to pull it all the way through, okay? Just so you can tie it easier. Okay, so pull a little bit of that back. So now you have 2 needles or thread on this side. Okay, so 1 needle goes back into this hole. Pull that through. Don't let that get so far that the threads come out. Done that too. Pull this through. And then stick it through this hole that you pre-punctured. Looks like I made another hole coming out the side. Okay. So you're just going to pull that through. You don't need that extra yarn. Okay. Then we're going to take this one, the other needle, and it's going to go through the opposite side. Sorry if you wind up jabbing yourself like I do. And a little bit of pain. But I think it's pretty enough to work with it. Don't get your needles tangled. Okay, let's get this needle through. Okay. Now we're just going to tighten those up, okay? Just going to pull them through, but hang on to this so you don't pull that through. Take it off the needle. And the needle can come off now. So now you have 2 threads in the center and 1 in the outside. Now all you have to do is take a thread on each side. And you're going to tie these together. This is why when I first did it, I used a different kind of a thread that when I pulled it tight here, I felt like I was going to rip through the paper. That's when I decided I liked using the yarn, because the yarn is kind of fluffy and I don't feel like it's risking ripping your paper like the other one. Okay, so that's what I mean by going the way I did at the beginning, going through the hole from the inside of the package. And there's a name for these little bundles that you make. But there's no way I can remember what it is. Just do 2 or 3 knots. And then trim it. Take your pins out. And voila, you have a journal. You have your pages all done. So now for the rest, like tomorrow and stuff like that, I'll probably go in here and put some pockets in and some lines, maybe some photos, maybe some sayings. But it's a nice little journal. Before you tie it in, if you see the other videos, you may want to cover this with another paper, and then this would be decorated, because I just took off the little foldy pieces of the soap thing, and there wasn't anything to fold over there. I don't mind the look of cardboard, so that's why I didn't. I mean, I could have. So hard for me to choose which paper to use, because I like them all so much. Okay, so this is, how many did we say? 6 times 4, and that's twice, so 24. There's actually 48 pages in here, right? That'll be super awesome. See how the binding looks on the back? I think it looks great. Super great. Okay. Hope you make a journal and hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.